Schmo with the pro, with the president of Showtime Sports, Mr. Steven Espinoza. We just finished up the press conference with Jake Paul, Tyron Woodley. Things got heated. It got personal. Mama Woodley got involved. What do you make of the scuffle there at the end?
Look, emotions are running high. I mean, usually you see it on the stage, not off. Good thing it didn't really escalate. But look, it just shows when you're family to a fighter, like it's personal. It's all very personal. It's not just hype. Like when you're in the ring, it's for real. It's for real for you, and it's for real for your family members.
If Tyron Woodley would have put his hands on Jake Paul, what would that have done to the event Sunday evening?
You know, you never want that. I mean, there's always sort of conspiracy theories. Did you set it up? Was it this? Was it that? You know, that's never something that we want. There's always the risk of injuries. Sometimes there's commission sanctions. So the reality, anytime you see anything like that, you know, from our perspective, from the network perspective, it's a bad thing. You know, even if you say, oh, you've got so many views and went viral, like it's never a good thing. It's a bad look for the sport.
This is Jake Paul's fourth professional fight. He's a co-promoter of this event, MVP Promotions. What does that have to say about Jake Paul, fairly new to this space? Is it pretty unprecedented for a guy coming in here for his fourth fight and having his promotion right there on the line with the Showtime Sports?
No, you're right. It is unprecedented, but he's not exactly a novice. Like at the end of the day, our company, is about content creation. And you can call Jake a YouTuber or a social media influencer or whatever. But like you, Jake, content creation. I mean, we're all in the same business. So the reality, he understands our considerations. He understands the business of creating content. He's been doing it for a decade. So his expertise, it's not just sort of a vanity thing. You know, he's got definite viewpoints and he's got valuable insights on how to reach his audience, you know, what he wants his event to look like. So it's actually helpful to have someone like that who has experience building an audience the way you've built an audience, the way you know your audience. Jake knows his audience, and that's helpful to us.
We appreciate the kind words. The Schmo knows this isn't a one-trick pony, a one-fight deal for Showtime and Jake Paul. What would you say is more likely to happen first? Jake Paul versus Conor McGregor or Jake Paul versus Jorge Masvidal?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. I would say whoever's out of contract first. I mean, you know, some of this is a little bit about luck. The fact that Tyron was at the end of his contract, and you know, some of those guys still have lingering UFC obligations, lingering MMA obligations to other promoters. So look, I don't think there's any shortage. You know, given on the sort of the strong reactions that Jake typically gets, I don't think there's any shortage of people that will want to fight him.
And we obviously know that Tommy Fury, he's making his U.S. soil debut here in Cleveland, Ohio. He's 6-0. He's fighting pretty boy Anthony Taylor, the sparring partner for Jake Paul. What are the chances we do see a Tommy Fury and Jake Paul, let's say, in a 2022?
I think pretty likely, although it depends what happens Saturday night.
Sunday night.
Sunday night. You're absolutely right. I'm in the habit. Sunday night. So, you know, the reality, if Tommy wins, he'll be 7-0. Jake would be 4-0 if he wins. And people have been asking, when's he going to fight a boxer? And, you know, 7-0 boxer is a pretty good opportunity.
August 29th, it all goes down here in Cleveland, Ohio, the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. Can we get a final message for all the Steven Espinoza fans out there worldwide?
I'm not sure how many Steven Espinoza fans they are, but
Schmo's one.
Look, I think I'm excited about this card. Generally, as a fan, there's a little bit of everything, whether it's the heavyweights, a women's fight, you know, there's there's solid fights. So, you know, Jake Paul, he's sort of his own animal, but if you look top to bottom, there's some really good fights on this card.
Absolutely. It all goes down August 29th right here, Cleveland, Ohio. He's the pro Steven Espinoza. I'm the Schmo. We're out.